Hello, this is Lolly, and today's project is this. I recently had some food that came in like this snack tray type of cardboard, and I thought that would be a cute project to make out of cardstock for paper crafting. And all I did was just decorate the front of it, but I just wanted to show you how to make this in case it's something you would like to be, you would like to make, not to be. You don't want to be this, you want to make this. I'm having one of those days. Okay, so I'm just calling it a snack tray because when I think of French fry box, I think of more like the vertical ones instead of this. Although when you get a hamburger and fries, a lot of times it will come in something like this. So what you need is an 8.5 by 10-inch piece of cardstock. The firmer the cardstock, the more sturdy your box will be. If it's just scrapbooking paper, you will have a really wobbly box. You need scissors, a ruler, an eraser, pencil, and something to score with. You don't need a scoreboard for this, but something pointy but not sharp, like the tip of a pen with it being retracted or something like that, or the lid of a pen. So I'm going to turn this over, and hopefully the pencil marks will show up. So it's an 8.5 by 10, so if you have an 8.5 by 11, just take 1 inch off the top. And what we're going to do is measure 2¼ inches in from each side. From all 4 sides, we're going to do 2¼ inches in. So 2¼ mark, 2¼ mark. I'm not going to be super precise because obviously I'm in a hurry. Now I'm going to make this really dark, and I'm hoping you can see that. Oh, good. Okay, and then I'm going to go all the way around and do the same thing. Now, if you're good with a ruler, you don't have to keep flipping your paper. You could just measure 2¼ inch this way. 1, 2¼ 1, 2¼ That way you don't have to keep rotating your paper all the time. Okay, this is what we have so far. All right. Now we are actually going to end up erasing these little pieces here. This is the bottom of the box. I wrote so darkly that I'm smudging pencil. But these lines here, we're going to change and make them slanted. So what we need to do on each one of these lines is measure 3/4 inch away from the center. So that would be right there. And put a mark right across the top and then draw from there to that point. So 3/4 inch and then join it. So 3/4 inch and join it. This would be a really fun project for the kids to do. If you get it all drawn out, then they can use these for snacks or for treats. It'd be cute for a party, I would think. You know, you can get all these matching for your party theme. Okay, that's what it looks like now. It looks like a box with some eyelashes coming off on the corners. And what we're going to do is erase these ones that are straight and just keep the ones that are at an angle like that. And again, I'm not doing a great job. I'm in a hurry. Okay, and that's what we have now. We only have 2 eyelashes left, and now what we need to do is connect those end points together on all 4. And that's going to be a cut line to remove this little triangle piece. Okay, that's what we have now, and I want you to turn it this way. Horizontally, landscape, you know, left to right, so the long way is going that way. Now, when you have it in that mode, I want you to realize that these lines are going to be cut lines. Just those 2 and these 2. Okay. For the sake of video, I'm going to put an X to signify cutting. All right. And everything else is going to be a score line. So in order to score on those, just put your ruler up against it and push hard. Now these are actually going to get folded the wrong way for these score lines, but we didn't make our pencil marks on the right side of the paper, so we're just going to go with it. Okay, so there we go. There we have it again. Remember, when it's long like this, it's the top and the bottom ones are the cut lines. So let's go ahead and cut those. It's a little helpful if you cut right on either side of that line and go right to the point. That way you're actually cutting the pencil line off, so to speak. And you get this tiny little thing to remove, okay? It just helps it to fold a little better. Now, one thing that you might want to do is to make one of these out of just a piece of copy paper or something cheap so that you can keep it for your template and always remember how to do it without having to look at the video all the time. Okay, now and score on all of those lines that we said were score lines. So normally when you score, you go the other way. Oops, didn't get that one off of there. Alrighty, and now to assemble, you can use whatever adhesive you like using, and I have lost mine. Here it is. I like to turn it over, and I like to put the adhesive on the little triangle part, this right here. I like to put the adhesive there. I like to do two sides at once. There we go. And then I like to overlap this, the long one, over that, making sure I get it right in front of that fold line, but not on top of it. And these two. And that's all it is. Now you see I have a lot of pencil lines on the inside of mine because I was writing so darkly, but you don't have to write so hard. Now if you want to go around this with ribbon, keep in mind that because of the way it's angled, it would come here and then it would go downward. So you'd have to kind of do separate pieces around there. So let me show you the one I did again. I just used rickrack, but I stopped here. I could start a whole new strand and go around there if I wished. And it's really cute with tissue paper in it. Look at there, and if you had a whole party, you could stack them all up for people to choose one. Very cute. I thought it was really cute. You could also make this a little shorter. You could do the same thing, but instead of making 10 inches, you can make it, what was it, 8.5 by, you can make it 8.5 by 8.5, and then you would have a square one of these, still using the same measurements for cutting in and for making these little flaps. That's it. Thank you for watching, and again, I would advise you to go ahead and use one as a template. Like I made one just as a reminder of what all the measurements were that I used. There you go. Thank you for watching, giving me a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel.